Welcome back, everyone. NicknLex here. Thank you so much for joining me today to this new episode of Music with Nick. Today we're gonna react to one song, and this is as you can see in the description, Wolfgang Van Halen. And I think that Van Halen gave us three great gifts in his life, which was amazing music that will always be remembered, will always be played, will always be admired, and it's always gonna, be part of pop culture and rock, culture, because I mean, the impact Van Halen had on the rock world was just amazing. So it's one of those bands that's, no matter what happens, no matter what year we live in, it's always going to sound crisp. It's going to sound good. It's going to be fun. It's just, one of those bands. Van Halen, I think, is amazing. I mean, I've not listened to it all, but, the stuff that we've been doing on the channel is just like amazing, So that is one thing that Van Halen gave us. The second, he pretty much, thanks to him, an army of people wanted to learn how to play guitar because he was a pioneer. He was like, every decade there's like a pioneer that comes along, and he was one of them. And he just like showed us stuff that few people had done before, or some stuff hadn't been done before at all. A very distinctive sound to the guitar, technique, and just the whole way he played, like the rhythm guitar, his lead guitar, the way he moved on stage is just fantastic. And then I think the third gift he gave us was his son, Wolfgang, who is, following in his father's footsteps and is doing his own thing. That is what I love so much about this, that I've heard some Wolfgang, some shorts. There was a video of Dave Grohl, of former, of Foo Fighters, former Nirvana, like he was playing Eruption supposedly, and then they suddenly he lifts his arms and it's not him, it was Wolfgang playing it exactly like his dad. So I think that's, Eddie's legacy lives through Wolfgang. And he was, I love that they played together, they shared this, the stage, and he knows that his son is an amazing and talented musician, just like his father. So today we're gonna listen to some Wolfgang Van Halen. This is gonna be called Mammoth. I'm sorry, the band is called Mammoth. That's Wolfgang Van Halen's band, where he plays the guitar and sings. And the song is Epiphany. And we're gonna listen to the official music video. And this is a request by David. Thank you so much, David, for sponsoring this video. And I also see that you already sponsored a second Mammoth video, which we'll get to when I have time. I'll get to that as soon as I can. But yeah, I have it right here already pulled up, and I hope you enjoy. If you clicked on this video, if you're a fan of Eddie, Wolfgang, Mammoth, I don't know if it's Mammoth or I think it's Mammoth. I don't think it's Mammoth. I think it's Mammoth. My English, but I hope you have a lot of fun, and let's check him out. I already know he's an amazing musician, but let's just see what he does. I know that his music is not like Van Halen. He doesn't want to, do anything similar, which I admire. He's not like just trying to, oh, my last name is Van Halen, I'm just going to do what my dad did. No, he does his own stuff. I love that. So here it is, the video. Wait a minute. It was just here a second ago. Give me a moment. All right, let's move a little bit to the side, and here it is. And here we go with the official music video of Mammoth Wolfgang Van Halen. Here we go. Enjoy. You can't go wrong with palm muting. That, you know, if you're a guitar player, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're not a guitar player, you might know it's when you use the palm of your hand on the strings and you damp the strings, and you instead of like clang 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 clang, they sound, and that is used a lot of course in rock, metal, all sorts of music styles, even in like Aldi Meola does it in his, you know, fusion flamenco Latin jazz kind of thing, and it beautifully when he solos he mutes the strings. It's just an amazing sound. It helps, it makes the song a little bit heavier. I like this. It's very accessible, it's radio friendly, you know, the lyrics are good, the music is, you know, it's a happy feeling, you know. But it's completely different to his dad's music, which is very, very refreshing because he can play his dad's music. He's proven it. He's toured with them. He plays like his father, the electric guitar. He does all the good stuff. I love that he went his own path, and it sounds good. I love that this is happening now. I would totally go see him. Totally. I would love to. It's just good, you know. I'm happy that there's a lot of good bands out there right now, you know, and I love that they're, you know, pushing themselves out there and getting, you know, as much radio play as possible, and that's just, you know, that's a big win for us, you know, in this time where rock is, you know, not the most important, I guess, genre anymore, unfortunately. But let's continue. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. I love it. I love the logo, you know, because you can play with these three M's, you know, the one in the middle, front, and the logo is really cool. And I loved it. Even, you know, he doesn't even use his last name in that way that he could, you know, he could be like Wolfgang Van Halen. He's just WVH, you know. This guy's, you know, they're killing it. Really cool. You know, I'm a metal guy, you know, but I appreciate all sorts of rock. And I've, you know, in my years of just listening to a lot of metal or rock and prog rock now, you know, and just like, it doesn't really matter, you know, there's a few things that I would have, you know, wanted back in the day from a song, you know, which is obviously a 10-minute guitar solo, you know, because I was obsessed with guitar players, you know, and instrumental music, instrumental guitar music. But it's not, you know, if the song is good and if the song delivers, you know, what it's supposed to do for the crowd, there's stuff that are not necessary. It doesn't have to be always the same formula that worked before, you know. This works really, really well. And obviously also with younger people, I want younger people to be interested in rock music. I don't want them to be scared to listen to distortion, to see people, you know, with long hair, you know, because all that stuff kind of like, yeah, it disappeared for a while, you know. And I love that it's coming back. And there's so many new bands with different styles, you know. There's progressive rock, there's math, super progressive, complex music. There's heavy metal, there is you know, instrumental music, guitar. This is all like rock based, right? We have classic bands coming back, like Judas Priest releasing an album in 2024, one of their best. I mean, I've been a Judas Priest fan since I was, I don't know, like 17 years old. And obviously I listened to all their 70s and 80s stuff and I love it. And now they're releasing something it's a great year for rock, you know. And then we got this year, this came out, it looks like on 2022. Yeah. So hey, you know, good times are coming for rock music and guitar. And there were so many beautiful guitars in this video. Like I was like, oh wow, ooh, this one is ooh, you know. So and I love their sound. I love, you know, the bass was punchy, the guitar was punchy, great drumming, great singing by Wolfgang. He has a great voice, you know. It's, you know, I'm super happy it's working out for him. And I wish him nothing but success. And you know, it's a lot of shoes to fill, but he's super cool, he's relaxed, and I know he can do it, you know. I mean, a band like Van Halen is just literally a mammoth, I think it's Mammoth, of a band, you know. So, you know, just to say, you know, I'm going to do something completely different, and I'm going to do it my way, and I'm not going to call myself Van Halen, you know, in the title. That takes a lot of balls, and I really appreciate this. and I wish them nothing but the best. Honestly, I would totally go see them in a heartbeat. If they would come to Denver, I would be there. So let me know what you think. I know you guys, you probably went to, I don't know, 5, 10, 20 Van Halen concerts. I know this is different. What do you think? Are you giving him a chance? I'm super open about, different sorts of music. I was very, I was back in the day when I was younger, in my teens and 20s, I was very like, no, it has to be this way. And if they changed, and I don't, like when Metallica was pretty much my favorite band for a while. And when the I grew up with the Black Album, and then then we got Load, and I was like, no. Of course, Black Album, and then went backwards, listen to all their 80s stuff, Justice for All, Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning, Kill 'Em All, and then I expected something, of course, like, Master of Puppets, like Ride the Lightning, and then they came out with Load. And at the time, I didn't understand that musicians go through certain phases, They already did the thrash metal, they did, the amazing Black Album that had was a little bit slower, and now they wanted to experiment a little bit. Load has a lot of country feel. It has great heavy songs, but it didn't have that that kind of stuff that was before. And at that time, at that age, I was like, no. And so I kind of fell off, and then and yeah, of course, I was listening to Iron Maiden. I always wanted a dual solo. There had to be 2 solos in the song and an interlude, and catchy. I don't know. It's just like and then I got into Yngwie Malmsteen, and then 5-minute long solos. And then I fell off of that. It's just not necessary to be to create great music. It doesn't have to have all that. It's great. It's great if it does, but for it to be good, it does not need to be in that. It's like, it's just something that I understood just later. When I don't know. As you grow older, I guess you get wiser, and I feel this with every music that I listen to. I listen to early Genesis. I listen to 90s Genesis. I can find something of value in both. Instead of saying, oh my God, no, they're not proggy at all, they play pop. Yes, but I mean, they had to go through it. They needed to change in order to evolve, And the good thing is, if you're a prog fan or a pop fan, you can still listen to both. And that's the beauty of owning records. But back to here to Mammoth or Mammoth, I don't know how to. Let me please know how to pronounce it. I think this is a great project, and I wish them nothing but the best. So let me know what you think. Put it in the comments, and I'm really curious because it is a newer project. It sounds newer, but hey, they're using real instruments, no auto tune. They're rocking. And that's what we need in the world. So again, thank you so much for this request. And let me know what you think. I'll see you in the next one.